My name is Tom Lovett. I'm the director of the Owensboro-Daviess County MPO, which assists the city and county in transportation planning and making sure we have roads where we need roads when we need those roads, so that we don't run into situations like we have on the east side, where we have all this development and a lot of traffic that backs up and has trouble for people getting home and getting to work. Right now, we're going through what's called the shift process. And what that is the state of Kentucky has given this MPO, which, like I said, only serves Owensboro and Daviess County, 9 slots where we can recommend projects that we feel are the most important to Daviess County at this time. And so last month, the MPO members selected 9 projects, and among them are projects such as a road that would connect Grimes Avenue to Kentucky 603, which is really the end of what used to be the bypass out by McDonald's on what used to be US 60, which is now Kentucky 144. That's one of the projects. Other projects include a continuation of the Kentucky 54 widening, the next sections of that project, doing some work on Goetz Drive in front of Burns Middle and Elementary Schools to widen those roads and make them safer for kids trying to get to and from school, because there's a lot of housing that has moved into that area now that didn't used to be there years ago. So we're trying to make that road safer. So those are the kinds of projects we're working on at this time. A new project that's been added: dual turn lanes at Kentucky 331 and US 60. Again, what we're talking about is the former bypass, which is the intersection right down here, just behind Grad. So if you were on this road headed towards Henderson and you wanted to turn onto what used to be the bypass, there would be 2 lanes to turn on and then 2 receiving lanes, so that we can, because that intersection seeing a lot of traffic and it bottlenecks, and you have great big long lines of people waiting to make that turn, especially later in the afternoon. So that's one of the new projects that we've added this year. We have recommended these 9 projects to the state, and now the state will take our 9 projects and projects from the other MPOs and the other transportation planning organizations and projects that they recommend internally, and they are going to score them. They have a group of criteria they use to score them. Will this project increase the safety on this road? Yes, if it does, it gets points. If it will make things easier for bicyclists and pedestrians, it gets points for that. If it has a good cost balance, if you're getting a lot of bang for your buck, basically, that gives it extra points. So they score all these projects, and then they generate a score from that, and they say, okay, based on these scores, this project scored really, really highly. It's good bang for the buck. It'll make the road safer. It'll spur economic development. And so that's how they sort out the road projects, to try and distribute a limited amount of federal highway money in the most evenly way possible. So then they send those scores back to us. We can modify our scores a little bit to try and boost them up, and then we send them back to the state. Then those scores go into the highway bill. Those projects get scored and they ranked, and then they go into the highway bill for the legislature to consider, and then they'll look at it, send it to the governor, and if he approves of it, then he will sign the highway bill. And every 2 years we go through this process. So we're hoping that we can get some of the projects that we've got going on continued, and get some new projects started, and get some roads built and reworked around here.